loving this. So, let's see. That's not all what I want to do. No. May add this someplace else in it. Let's see. No, I may use this to make that tassel to hang back here. Isn't that pretty? And I've got some white that I can add with that. I got some blue. Even got some two-tone brown that I can use. Do we want to use any of this anywhere? Oh, I may use some of this on my spine though. Isn't that pretty? I am loving that. Okay, so that may be our plan for that. Okay, so I think for now, I'm going to let this dry. Get stable good. Loving this. Love it. Okay. So, I do have some butterflies that I want, not butterflies, but some flowers that I want to put in the background. And then I still got to bring in my angel, and I want to elevate her and bring her out so that she is front and center on this book. So, let's see. Where did I go? I'm going to remember that because I am going to put corners on my book, and I want to make sure that I leave enough space to do that, because I also have a brad that I'm going to put right here to hold tassels. Is that the same color? So what I'm trying to do is match these up to that. No. Which one's the closest? Let's say that one. So, okay. So I gotta leave room for my brads, my corner brads. Come on, get out of there, because I'm gonna put them on the front and the back. Come on, get back in there. Okay, so there's that. Because, like I said, this is going to go here with the little round hook, and then my corners are going to go on here like this. Isn't that going to be beautiful? Okay, so we can't forget that. Let's see. I laid some purple flowers over here a while ago. What did I do with them? And it's some that I've made and I haven't got to do anything with yet. They're made out of the foam that Kathy Cohen sent to me. So I want to make sure that I leave plenty of room for my fairy. Because like I said, she's going to be front and center. So if I have to change some things around, I want to be able to do that early on, because like I said, she's gonna be front and center like this, but I want her to look like those flowers are in the background and these other ones are popped up with her, kind of enclosing her in that dimension that she's in. And I think I kind of like that. And I took some walnut stain and edged all the edges to get rid of the white. So, okay. So, for now, she's going to sit here like this. Just like so, but popped out. This one's gonna go up here. So I want to put that one down. So there's that. Now fill these back up. So there's that. Would it be better for this one to be over here? Like that, and this one to be over here. Let me see. Trying to think. Hold on, everybody. My husband is here. So I'm going to plant you here. I'll be right back. Okay. So I've went and I've grabbed a few more different colored flowers that maybe I can bring in. And because like I said, I want her standing up here like this. So let's see. How about this? think the best thing to do is to get my fairy stable and go from there, so I know where she's going to be placed, and go from there. So let me start getting some of these on here, and then we'll go from there. And I think I'm going to double it so that it is a little feather off the background, if you know what I mean. Head. That. Oh, trying to think. That one. Trying to make sure that none of these are seen from behind. Okay, so there's that. And I've got to find a way to get a little, even if it's just a corner up here. Let me get my tweezers, because something needs to be right here. I don't think I got too much, so I'm going to clip off just a smidge it more. Something has to be right here to help hold that up. So I'm going to clip this other corner just a little smaller and put it down on this one. There we go. And take this one. We're going to put it over here, just like that, and this one just like that. Okay, let me look and make sure nothing, see, just like this in here, it's wanting to stand out a little more than what I want it to. So I'm debating on whether I want to bring it up one more. I think I'm going to. That way it's not just straight up flush with the paper, because I want her to look like she's that there's a background and then there's other flowers surrounding her, if you know what I mean. Start out with the bigger ones first, and I'll start cutting on all the little ones. Okay. Split this one in half, just like that. Put you there. You there. Still got a little one here. I think I can put up here. Some smaller ones. There's that one. Okay. Let me get this done and I'll be right back because this is so time consuming. So I've got it all doubled now. And now we're going to put her down where we want her positioned. Just like so. I'm being easy so that I can get everything to lay and set like it needs to. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Okay. Let me get all these little pieces out of my way. Because my fan is blowing them everywhere. And I have a box that I put all of my little scraps in right here on my desk. So, okay, there's that. It's out of my way. Okay, so I'm trying to see. I want to bring some greenery in like this. Okay. So let's see. Flip that. And put a little bit of hot glue there. because I want it to come up at the bottom of that, like that. Just like that. Okay. Come on, stick down. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little dot of hot glue right there. So that'll stick just like that. And you didn't stick down, why not? Okay. Maybe now you will. Okay. So now, put a little dark here. And we're going to take you. Put you right there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a few more leaves at the bottom down here. And that way I can kind of cover way it looks like she's, but there's leaves in front of her. Just like so. That covers up that bottom of the mushroom that she's on. Okay. Now, isn't that cool? And that there's greenery coming up behind her. And all these are is just some greenery off of one of the plants that I get from Dollar Tree. And I just take a little bit of, take it and do just like that. And singe the ends, so be careful. Oop, see, they will catch on fire. Just be careful. I held that one just, I'm having to fight the wind, so. Okay. You just want to seal it so that there's no runners in the material. So there's that. Isn't that pretty? And I haven't decided on whether I'm going to bring this other one over here like so or not. But I am going to take this blue flower I'm going to put it right here. Just like so. And let's see. I think I'm going to shorten this up. This was that little stem I took off that other one. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, just like so, and catch this, just like this. Okay. Okay. Then, I'll take this little leaf, and I'm going to put it up that way. I don't want it. I want it loose. Then I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to put a little bit right here. And I'm going to put it just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take one of the blue and white ones, and I'm going to put a little bit here. And I'll put it here. That is looking so pretty. See how she's lifted off the page? Now you can't hardly see that she's sitting on the... And you got some of the pink flowers in the background. Let's see. So, do I want to take... just put one like that? I think I'm going to. It looks good, looks good, looks good. Stick a little dab of hot glue. And we're gonna set it just like that. Even though it hangs off a little, it's not gonna hurt nothing. There we go. Yes. I like how this stands up. Here. Trying to think. Do we need a little more here? Maybe like this. Because I can curl these up. Oops. Let me see. Yeah. How about if I bring this down here and then bring it back up like that? Yes, 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 yes. So there's that. So we're going to take a little bit of glue and we're going to run it right down this piece here. And I'll make it look just like this limb is coming right onto the, going right off the book. Right. And I can still bring this up, raise this leaf up, that way it's not sitting directly on the page. We can do this one. Uh-oh. See, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put that one down, because the glue is wanting to come off the back of the, so we're gonna angle this over here. Turn this, I'll get my tweezers. Okay, love this. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't like a lot of my work. I'm really hard on myself because I don't always think I do the best of crafting. Had a lot of people tell me I do, but whenever it comes to my angels and stuff, or not angels, but my fairies and stuff like that, I don't know, it's just something I get into a lot. I love that mysterious, you know, the unknown, you might kind of say. Okay, I'm gonna put this one up here also. Like that. Give it some more blue in that area. And I'm debating on whether I want one more of these or not. But I want to put one here. But I kind of want the petals upward instead of downward. So, that's the way we're going to do it. Put it just like that. And that was my plan, was to make her look like she was sitting in the woods on a toadstool, and all these beautiful flowers popping out around her. And I think I've accomplished that. I really do. I'm probably going to get some more stickles and stickle some of these up so they go with the other ones. And I'll probably do some on her wings. That way she's got some glow to her as well. But I think this has just really turned out really pretty. Gorgeous. I like it. So, okay. I know this video is getting really long, so I probably will have to split it in two, and I'm hoping it'll even come up. So we're gonna just call this a decorated book for the moment. And like I said, I will wait to do the stickles on the flowers whenever I do the next video. Then we'll put the holes in and get everything binded, and that part will be done, and then we'll do some decoration inside the book. So if you like my video so far, keep watching because I got a bunch more to do. So thank you and have a blessed day. Okay, so here is a closer look. Isn't that pretty? I'm just amazed. I mean, like I said, a lot of people, I've said it more times than once, is I don't give myself a lot of credit for some of the work that I do. I'm my worst own critic, if you know what I mean. But, okay, so, what we're going to do now is I'm going to get my... What did we do with it? Okay, it's over here. Oop. I need my... I've already got a piece of paper cut the size of my spine, which is here, and I took it for where I want my holes to come across. I took it and folded it in half once, then I turned around and folded it from the top to the middle, and then from the bottom to the middle, and it's equal sizes. So what I did, I got me another piece of cardboard the same size as my piece, and I folded it over and found my middle this way, and that way I could figure the distance between what I needed. So that's what I've done. So where that fold is, I drawed me a line straight across, and I did the same here, did the same here, and then I just figured in my spacings for my holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this right here, right inside here, just like this, and I'm going to take me a pencil, wherever my pencil is, and this, we're going to put a color that in, color that one in, that one, and here do the same, do the same, do the same, do the same here, do the same here, do the same here. And I have to measure because I'm not sure. Yes, I did. Okay. I measured the top of this because I want it to set flush with the top of the book. And then I put my hoe. So, I can line all of these back up where it's supposed to be. And I can put my hole here in the center, and that's going to take care of that. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I've got this Big Bite or whatever it's called, and I've got it on the small punch, not the big punch. Big punch is in the back. It's on the small punch in the front, and then I'm going to line these up so I can punch my hose. And you just punch. So I'm going to do this for all of them, and I'll be back. Okay, so here's what it looks like with all of them punched. This is going to be where my brad is going to go. This is where my signatures will be sewed into it. So, now, let's see. So, I need this and this. And then this is my pattern. So what I'm going to do is where that line is, here, here, and here, is where my hole is. So I'm going to put my hole here. Let out just a little here and here. Now, see, it lines up with those. So, what I'm going to do now is take my signatures and let's see, yep, this one goes this way. Let me find my middle signature. So that will be right here. And one of the things that I've watched one lady do, make sure that all of your signatures are pushed down in the signature. Take your ruler and just kind of tap a couple of times and then make sure that they're all lined up. And then what we're going to do is we'll take that clip that we had, we're going to put it here, and then I have another one that I will be putting over here. Then you just take this piece of paper, fold it in half, put it in the middle of your signature, just like so. And then you're just going to come along, and I've got a piece of this foam. I've seen several people use the foams to help put their holes in their signatures. So, just take it, make sure it's straight in the middle, and don't catch your finger whenever you're trying to put your hole in, because it will hurt if you do. And there it is. And I just kind of waddle mine out a little bit so that it's big enough for that hole. And then there's my 3 holes. So I want to leave that one pinned. That's my first one. Then I'm going to do this one the same way. Put this in here. And I will use my ruler again. Tap that down so that they're in there secure. Make sure they're all lined up. Just like that. And then put your clip. just like that. And then hook your hose. Okay, so I'm going to get all of my hose poked for each one of my signatures, excuse me. Then I'll be back to put this together. Okay, I'm back with this 0.019 inch, 4 yards, 5 millimeter, and it's purple string. And a friend of mine, Teresa, gave me this, so I'm just going to, what did they say? I really don't want to take it off the spool, so I've seen a lot of people do it this way. So thread in your string, just like so. And I'm going to start from the back. Okay, so I'm going to start with my middle signature. Put it through the middle. There. And then we're going to find the middle signature here. Pulled it out of my needle. Then we're going to run it to the top signature, pull it on through, and then we're going to find the hole on the back and stick it through that signature, pull it through. Then we're going to go straight down to the bottom signature, which is right here. Now we're going to find that hole in the back of the book, which is right there. And then we're going to pull it through, and we're going to run it back through the middle signature. And like I said, we're going to run it back through the middle signature. Just like, and if you can't find it, pull it away from the back and push it through. Okay, so now this is where you pull it this away and turn around and pull it this away. And I'm going to take some of this slack out of this because I don't need all of that. Okay, just don't pull your things back in. There's that one. And make sure that one string is on one side and the other string is on the other side. That's what I've learned so far. So I'm going to clip this one the same size as that one. And we're going to knot it one way. And then you do the opposite. And it's more awkward for me to do it the opposite way, but it locks the knot in where it didn't come undone. Okay, so there is the first signature and my book. So I'm going to do the two middle ones by myself, then I'll come back and do the last one with y'all again. Okay, so we are now ready to go and do the last sequin. Run it through the middle, bring it over here, bring it through the middle hole in your book, pull it through, and bring it to the top, and you're going to find your middle hole sequin, signature, not sequin. Okay, where are you? There you are. So you pull it through there, and you take it to the bottom hole, which is right here. You run it through this hole, pull it through, and you're going to take it back down to the middle. Back down to the middle, run it through the middle hole, find the middle hole in the signature, which is right here. Run it through. Okay, pull the needle off. Now, make sure your strings are one's on one side, one's on the other. We're going to clip this here, so we don't need that anymore. And I'm going to kind of even these up, knot it one way, and then knot it the opposite way, and it locks the knots together. Okay. Now I can take this clip off. And there's all 4 of my signatures in my book. Make this. So there's that. So now I want to, I'm debating on whether, I'm thinking very seriously about putting a pocket here on the front. And then I want to put something on the back page. And then we can call this pretty much done, and then we get to start working on what's on the inside. How about that? So let me get some paper together and we will figure out what we're going to do here. Okay, so I've got this piece of paper left over from another project, and let's see. I want to be about that tall. There's that. So there's that. And then I'm going to take this. No. I think what I'm going to do, I'll try something different. I've been watching a lot of people just do this, and I've never done it on any of my projects. So I'm going to try it, see if I like it. Only way I'm going to know is just to do it and try it and see if it's something I like. I mean, it looks good on everybody else's projects, but like I said, never done it, so we don't know. We'll see. Okay, and I want this riding up like this. I'm going to take that down just one more notch. There. Okay, so I just got this new punch, and I ordered it on AliExpress. So let's see, and it's got the 3 different sizes: the 4mm, 7mm, and the 10mm. So I'd been wanting to get me a new one. So we're going to okay. There's that. And I'm going to use this as my pull slot. I like mine. I like the round, but I kind of like the oblong as well. Hold on, that moved, and there we go. Now, so what I'm going to do is, okay, so so like I was thinking, I'm going to bring it up to here because I don't want it all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to do it like this, cross like this, and I can use that on another project, but I don't like this corner. Okay, that looks better. So let me get my so there's that, and I want to do the same here with this. Okay, and I'm going to take and kind of age this up just a little, not much, like so. And I'm going to bring this in like this. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I like that, and then I'm going to just put a small B up here, and small B up here, and just seal it off. Just like so. There's that. And let's see. Like I said, trying some things different, some new things. I like that. Okay. Anything else might be able to go there? No, like that. Like really think I'm going to go with that. Because that is just pretty. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. Just going to go with this. Should have went around the edges of that. Let me see if I can pull it up before it totally sticks. Just have to do it again. Okay. Put a little bit more glue on here. Okay. Try this one more time. That. Let me grab one more thing that's missing. So, I went and found I want it here. Oh, I want the smaller one because I got that one. I think I'm going to go with the smaller one, which is this one. Okay, so there's my pocket for my front cover. So let me get my glue, and I'm just going to come straight down, and around. Just like so. Because it was starting to clog up, and I don't want it to clog up. So, we're going to bring it right here. I'll bring it on down. There we go. Okay. And that's where this is going to live, is right here. That gives a nice little pocket that we can put a tag, any kind of card like this. So there's that. And then on the back, I really haven't decided on whether I kind of wanted to make like a waterfall thing so that you can write notes in it, put pictures in it, and I think that's what I'm gonna go with. So I gotta figure out how many and how big. So let me get some papers together and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've found some scraps, and I've already kind of measured off my first one, and I've cut a couple of them, and I still have a couple that I need to cut out. And score so that they're all ready to, and I have not figured out whether I've got enough yet, but if we don't, we'll just make more. That's how we're going to do that. Just gonna play it by ear and go from there. So let me get my scoreboard one more time. My desk is getting some messy, so put this down. Part of my bird's gonna be covered up, but it'll have to work. So there's that. There's that one. There's that. Okay, these are together. So let me get this out of my way. This back in my drawer with the big one. Put that up there. I don't need it anymore. Okay, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to round these corners, because I'm not one for square corners, never have been. I don't know what it is, but I like the bigger, deeper corners. Okay, there's two. What is going on with me? There we go. There we go. There we go. I have to get used to this new one. There we go. And there we go. So we need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got them on.
Huh?
Everything's got them on.
Okay.
And don't forget to feed the dogs.
Alright. I won't.
Okay.
Alright, love you.
Love you too. Damn. How am I gonna get this? I gotta get it tighter than that. I did it, I did it, I did it.